In this video, I am going to share 3 tools which will help you immensely in your stocks research. Hi investors and welcome to today's video. So let's start with the 3 tools which can really help you in your stock investing journey. I'll start with the first one and share my screen with you. Now, as you can see on your screen, the first tool is Screener.in. Now, first of all, hats off to Ayush and Pratyush Mittal for creating such an amazing tool. This is like a blessing in disguise for sure. Now, I'll just share with you how this works. For example, I enter one company, let's say Eicher Motors. Now, look at the kind of data they have given you. Look at this table. You can see a gist. You can get a gist of the company by just looking at some basic ratios. And the best part about this first fold which you can see is you can always go to edit ratios here, and you can delete and add ratios as per what you want to see on the first screen, right? So you have that flexibility to remove some ratios and add some ratios as per your understanding. And first of all, you have to create your free account here, and then you can do all these exercises, right? On the right hand side, you can see they talks about a brief about the company. Some places it has got really great detail. For example, in this case, you have like read more and you can check all these key points about Eicher Motors, right? And so this is the second thing. If you go further down, it shows the chart and it shows 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years, and maximum the price chart of this stock. For example, in this case, from April 2005 onwards, the price chart is there. The most interesting part of this chart is look at this next to price. You can see PE ratio. You can also see how the price to earning ratio has moved over these years. Right, interesting data. And at the same time, you can see how sales and the margins of the business have moved along these years. Yeah, interesting, right? If you go down, it talks about the pros and cons as per them. Now, I don't really pay much attention to this one because I develop my own thinking and analysis process when I read about a company. Now, this gives you the peer comparison. What are the other companies and the ratios here? Now, again, you can click on this edit column and change these column titles, these line items. So you can change as per what you want to see in competition analysis. Right now, look at this. Now they give you the quarterly results. If you go down, you get profit and loss. Here you have consolidated and standalone both. Yeah. Next, you go for you have like the entire almost like the income statement here, almost complete. Now here you get ready-made calculation of compounded at a sales growth, profit growth, the CAGR of the stock price, that is the annualized growth, and the return on equity of last year, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Right? You go further down, they have given the balance sheet as well. You go further down, they have given the cash flow statement as well. You go down further, there are some other ratios to delve deeper into it. Then the shareholding pattern, how much are the promoters holding since last few quarters? How much are the FIIs holding, the foreign institutional investors? How much are the DIIs holding, domestic institutional investors? How much is the government holding, if any? And how much is with the public, people like you and me? Yeah. If you go down further, again, very resourceful directory of announcements by the company, the annual reports. Look at this, there is a small arrow here. You click on this, up to 2009, they have given the annual reports. Then look at this credit rating agency report again. They have given for last 3, 4, 5 years, and call transcript. So every quarter the management of the company comes on a call with the analyst and they ask them questions, and the top management answers them on that call. So that transcript is also here. You can always find all this data on Google, but they have given you at one place consolidated. Amazing, right? Now this is about getting the information about one company. Now the best feature of Screener.in, which is the name Screener comes from there. You click on screens, you create new screen, click on that, and let's build a query. I'll give you one example. Let's say I want to find all companies with market cap, let's say more than 500 crores, and I put the title, and I want all the companies with sales growth, let's say of last 10 years to be more than, let's say, 10 this is already automatically in percentage. Look at this, value in percentage, right? So I don't have to write percent, 10 is enough, right? And I want to see all the companies with debt to equity ratio of less than say 0.3, right? And so on. So you can keep on building this, and let's say, just for the example sake, run this query. There are 172 companies which fulfill these three parameters which we just entered. Beautiful, right? It helps, it narrow down your research, and then you can delve deeper in each company, right? You can just put in as many queries as you want to, right? So this is one of the most useful tool I have come across, and I end up using it like almost every time. Whenever I come across any company, I just go to Sreenar, enter the name, look at the basic ratios and basic stuff, and whenever I need to build a query, it's available, right? So that's tool number one. Tool number two, again I show you on Google itself. Let's say I go to Google. It's called Google Alerts. So I'm typing google.com/alerts, enter. Now let's say you are investing, let's say in 10, 12, 15 companies, and you want to keep a tab on what is happening in those companies. Yeah? You want to keep a eye on that. So you always can assign Google Alerts to those companies, and in your email box you will get the details of whatever new development is happening or whatever news is coming about that company or maybe that industry. For example, I enter Reliance Industries, right? Now let's say click on this show option. Now just enter these data. For example, you want this as it happens, so you don't want to select this one because it will flood your inbox with emails. You may select at most once a day. So once a day you get consolidated all the news items about Reliance Industries, or maybe you can select once a week as per your requirements. Let's say you select once a day. Resource automatic is just let it come from videos and news and everything. Language you can select here. Region you can select, you want any region or you want only India specific news for that particular industry or maybe company. How many you can just keep it only the best results, because you don't want again lot of data and noise and information. You want just the crisp version of that, and the email ID on which you want it. So ideally you should be signed in when you are on Google /alerts and create alert, right? So this Reliance Industries is added in your alerts. Now I have set once a day. So once a day I'll get an email covering all the news which was covered around Reliance. Beautiful, right? I can, in one gist, I can go through what is happening, and if I want to delve deeper in any article, I can click on that and I can read that in detail, right? So that's tool number two. Now number three. Now number three is not exactly a tool, but I'll call it more of a resource. Now for that, I'll again go back to Sreenar, and I just showed you something there, something which people usually miss. Let's say again we'll go to Eicher Motors. Just go down. In the document section, you find something called rating reports. Now first understand what is a rating report. Now as per the law, every company which has got any kind of a debt has to get that debt rated by a rating agency. Right? They have to get the debt rated, not the company itself is getting rated, right? So the rating agencies are, for example, CRISIL, ICRA, CARE are some of the prominent rating agencies. So the company will hire one of them. That rating agency will do an in-depth analysis of that company and how capable the company is to pay off that debt. That is the idea of creating that report, right? So let's check one of the reports and see how resourceful and how insightful this 1.5 page of report is. It's a very small report most of the time. Look at this. So this is done by ICRA for Eicher Motors, right? Look at this. This is called rationale. This is what I am talking about. Now this gives the gist about the company, about the industry, about the competition, about the pros or the strengths of the company, about the challenges of the company, about everything you need to know in gist about that company or even about that industry. If you just read through this 1.5 page, 2 pages of report, it will tell you so much about the company and the industry. You will feel that you already know so much about that industry and company. It will give you confidence, right? So this is something you can read like as many rating reports you can read in a day, the better it is, because that will add on, like it will work like a compounding in your knowledge building when it comes to any industry or maybe any company, right? Let's check one more simple rating report and you can also get this directly from Google as well, but why make the effort when you have it ready made on the Sreenar, right? You can always go to ICRA website or CRISIL website or CARE website and type the name of the company there, and if they have rated that company, the reports will come there, right? Now this comes typically in once in a year, but sometimes if there is a major development, it might come more than once in a year as well. Now let's say another company we check, let's say we go to Airtel, let's say if it has got it. I can always click on documents and go down directly. Yeah, rating report by CRISIL. Look at this. This is as on November 2021, right? Now again, detailed rationale, you just go through that. The rating drivers, which talks about strengths of the company, you go down, then talks about weakness of the company, you go down, talks about the liquidity and the outlook, right? And the sensitivity factors means basically what are the factors which may impact the rating of the company in future, right? And the brief about the company. That's all. A very short note, but a very informative and very insightful note they have created, right? And it's available free of cost and readily available. Make sure you make use of these rating agency reports. An amazing tool, amazing resource you have at your disposal when you want to learn about a company in deep or even learn about an industry in very deep, right? I hope these 3 tools will help you delve deeper into the companies you are investing into or the companies which you are planning to invest into, right? Let me know in the comment box which of the 3 tools you are already using or which of the 3 tools you like the most. Thank you so much.